Batteries are one of those really boring things in the creative process that are a necessity. I would relate them to tripods, right? They're not exciting like buying a new lens or a new camera body, but you kind of need them to go throughout the creative process. This battery that I'm going to be talking about today has to be the most innovative battery that I've ever used, and it's not even close. This is the X99 by SmallRig, and this thing right here has some features that I've never seen when it comes to V-mount batteries. Before we get into the innovative futuristic stuff, let me just speed run some of the basics about this battery. For starters, this is a 99 watt-hour V-mount battery. When it comes to ports, it has two USB-C ports with up to 100 watts of power delivery. It has two D-tap ports, one on each side. It has one USB-A port, and then it has two DC out ports, one 8 and one 12 volt. Now let me just show you what's so innovative about this battery. Typically, if I was getting a shot of a product like this, with this reflective material, I would use a microfiber cloth to get all the fingerprints off. But I really just want to show you how good that anti-glare material is. You can see that you can still see all of the information, regardless of how many fingerprints are on the battery itself. On the side of the battery, it has a check button. You press that, and then it's going to give you a readout of all the information about the battery. At the top, you have your current ambient temperature, Fahrenheit and Celsius. You have an estimate of how long the battery will run with the current draw that's happening from it. And then at the bottom, you have information on your different ports. So you got your USB-C 1, USB-C port 2. Scroll over, you got USB-A, DC 1, DC 2, D-tap 1, and D-tap 2, so on and so forth. Pull on the menu down, you have other settings. So this is backlight on the screen itself, and then you also have intensity on a flashlight. So if you turn that on, you can see that this battery actually has a flashlight on it. So this can be cool for a bunch of different reasons. So let's say you need to connect your battery to a V-mount plate on set and it's dark. You can turn this on and get a quick connection to that V-mount plate without having to turn on all the house lights. Or let's say you're out in the wilderness and you need to go inside your backpack and find something. Turn this on. You can look all through your backpack or do whatever you need to do. So this is just useful, and I've never seen a battery actually have this feature on it. Another really cool thing about this battery is you can actually disable the ports on the battery itself. So let's say you got a camera rig set up and you don't want to necessarily remove a wire from the rig because you don't want to misplace it or have to do that on set. You can just hold down on the specific port and you can just turn it off, and the battery will not supply power to that port. Another really cool thing about this battery that I've never seen in other batteries is that you can connect this battery to the SmallRig app and control multiple batteries at one time. So let's say like you might be on set, right? And you got multiples of these batteries around set in different places. Maybe you got one on camera, you got one on different accessories, one on the light. You can monitor all of these batteries on the application and get an accurate view of just how much power they have left and how long they're gonna last while you're shooting. All in all, this is a battery for the elements. Like, this is for the people who are boots on the ground, out in nature, out in the wild, really using their camera gear to create really extreme things. Documentary filmmakers would find this battery extremely useful. This battery is drop proof up to 1.5 meters, and you can just see it by the rugged design. It's extremely shock proof, and the padding around the battery is very strategic. It's gonna ensure that you don't crack that screen on the front of it. It's gonna ensure that you don't mess up any of the vital ports on it. Basically, if you drop this thing anywhere, it's gonna be good. Let's do a drop test. The site says 1.5 meters, so we're gonna test it out. Regardless of how padded this battery is, dropping your gear on the ground intentionally is just always gonna feel a little cringy, but let's do it and see what happens. Oh my gosh. See exactly where impact is, right there on that, right there on that. See, these bumpers is placed strategically so that this screen is good. Hit that bumper right there too. Let's go again. Let's go a little bit higher. Let's really test the waters. Oh man. Same point of impact. Boom, boom, boom. Even hit right there. You can see that screen is strategically protected. This joint's good. Let me make sure this joint still works though. There we go. You can see everything's good. It's IP54 dust and water resistant. So if you out there in the desert, if you on mountaintops, you get a little bit of rain going on, you don't have to worry about none of that. This battery is gonna last. And it also has an integrated cooling system so it won't overheat. I think that this battery is really cool, but my main battery that I use all the time is the SmallRig VB99 Pro battery, which is a little bit smaller. So let me show you how these two compare to each other. As you can see off rip, the X99 is more chunky. And this goes into the build of the battery, making sure it's shockproof, making sure it's water resistant and all of those sorts of things like that. Even though these batteries have the exact same 99 watt-hour, the X99 is a bit chunkier. Another significant difference between these two batteries is that the X99 has an additional D-tap port. And one thing that I noticed when looking at these batteries side by side is that the screen on the X99 is just much nicer than the VB99 Pro. It's brighter, it's more crisp, it just looks better. Now me as a creative person, I went a lot of years in my creative process without even owning a V-mount battery. It's not one of those things that is technically necessary for you to create something, but it does make your life a lot easier as a creative person. And these are a couple reasons why you might want a V-mount battery in your kit. The first is a camera rig. You can absolutely use your camera stripped down with just the body and the lens and the battery inside of the camera. You don't need an external V-mount battery. But for me, whenever I'm creating something, if I have my monitor on the top of my camera and it's on a tripod, I just love to have a battery on it because it takes away a lot of the hassle of me having to swap out batteries inside of my camera or inside of my monitor. All I gotta worry about is creating whatever it is that I'm doing. If my camera's on a tripod, 99% of the time I have a V-mount battery connected to it, and it's gonna power the camera and the monitor, so I don't have to worry about any of that. Another reason why you might want a V-mount battery inside of your kit is powering lights. I've been on so many different sets, big sets, small sets. I shoot by myself a lot of the times for my YouTube videos. And regardless of what situation I'm in, having a battery on the light is always more convenient than attaching it to a power cable and then having to move that light around with that power cable and find a new power outlet for that light. Just strapping a V-mount battery on the back of a light, putting it on a rolling stand makes your life so much easier regardless of what situation you're in when you're shooting. And another scenario where you might need a V-mount battery is just power and accessories. I've been on sets where we're staging a lot. We have a laptop, we have an iPad, we have different accessories for communication on set. We're charging batteries for the actual camera itself. And V-mount batteries help with all of these different scenarios because you could just put them on the table, plug in all of the different accessories to the V-mount battery, and know that everything is charging while you're on set shooting. You don't have to worry about thinking if something is charged or not. So if you don't have a V-mount battery in your kit, think about it. It's one of those things that you don't technically need, but it makes your life so much easier. I've used a ton of different V-mount batteries on this channel. I've made a ton of different videos about V-mount batteries on this channel, but by far, I think that SmallRig makes some of the best, most affordable, feature-packed V-mount batteries that you can buy right now. And in the description below, I'm gonna link all of the ones that I've tried on this channel, along with a short description on why I think that those are viable. The VB99 Pro for me is just so freaking small. This X99 is super rugged, so if you're out on the go, this is gonna be the one that you choose. And if you need something that has a little bit more power in it, you can get the VB212, which is an incredible V-mount option that SmallRig offers as well. But that's it. I ain't gonna bore y'all no more talking about batteries. But with that being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace.